Speaking of off the charts, something. Les Miles is off the charts. Something. Challenged, maybe. Les Miles is suing LSU. Why? Why does Les want more?
So Les Miles is suing LSU because the wins that they vacated during his time that they agreed to vacate has cost him his eligibility for the College Football Hall of Fame because it pushed his win percentage for his career below 600, which is a requirement to get into the College Football Hall of Fame. There's so many ways we can go with this because should there be a win percentage to get to the College Football Hall of Fame? Should Les Miles be in it anyway, no matter what? And is this another coach who's being cost this is Mike Leach, who's like 2 wins short of the College Football Hall of Fame. And should he be in the Hall of Fame, even though he doesn't have a 600 win percentage? So it's just, the question is, does Les Miles belong? Is the win percentage fair? Should Mike Leach belong? It's just funny to me that Les Miles, of all people, would be the one to sue over this, though.
Well, let's go to 4 downs right now and go ahead and get to those, brought to you by Dynasty Pools and Spas.
4 Downs brought to you by Dynasty Spas, the most comfortable spas made in the United States of America, right here in East Tennessee. Drop in for the all-new showroom in Athens. Dynasty Spas, perfect for all 4 seasons. 4 Downs, presented by Off the Hook Sports.
All right, here we go. First down, Coop.
Coop here. First down.
Is Les Miles a Hall of Famer? I'm going to go a big no on that.
That's hot.
Well, I mean,
Not even difficult.
he tried to eat the field on his very worst days. He couldn't keep time. So I say no.
I say no.
I don't even think it's. I mean, I don't think it's close. Like
Even if his winning percentage was 600, he's not a Hall of Famer.
I mean, what lawyer talked him into this, John? Or are they doing it pro bono just so he can get some more pub? And I don't even know if he's still the coach at Kansas.
No, he definitely is the coach at Kansas because Kansas has been winning. No, but see, and Caleb brought this up. The bigger issue here is the winning percentage. I think it's ridiculous that Johnny Majors isn't in the Hall of Fame as a coach. He's in as a player, but not as a coach because of his winning percentage.
Can I get to that?
Huh?
Can I get to that?
Yeah.
Cooper Mays here. Second down.
Winning percentage should be a part of it.
No, it shouldn't.
Why is that the only Hall of Fame that I'm aware of that has requirements?
Well, I mean, you look at Johnny Majors' career, where he went. He won at Iowa State, a downtrodden program. He went to Pittsburgh. It was one of the worst programs ever in college football when he got there, and he created one of the best teams ever there. Tennessee was down when he went there. I mean, that makes all the difference in the world. Why in the world would you don't have it in baseball? You say somebody has to hit so many home runs to be eligible. Somebody has to have a certain batting average to be eligible. Winning percentage, no, because it depends on where you coached and the state of the program before you got there. And Johnny Majors wasn't rewarded. He did a Hall of Fame coaching job in rebuilding 3 programs. How many coaches have done that? That's quite an accomplishment. Not 1, not 2, but 3 programs. In Iowa State, he did it when the Big 8 was the best conference in the country.
Agreed.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to. I'm with you, and it's college football approaches things the way sometimes I think society approaches things, which is to say that if you are wealthy in some way, you made it on your own with no help whatsoever. And I'm thinking, no, most of the metrics that we judge wealth in this country is luck and who was born into it. And, going 600 at Tennessee when they're in their prime versus, like you say, at Iowa State, totally different metrics sometimes.
Let me ask one that might make us look a little jerky.
Tennessee center Cooper Mays here. Third down.
Mike Leach can never get in the Hall of Fame. People have brought up some issue with that because of his winning percentage. I'm going to start with Caleb. Caleb, what do you think about the late Mike Leach? Should he be in the Hall of Fame?
I'm a fan, but I can't put Mike Leach in the Hall of Fame because I know he had a cutting edge offense, but if you're going to give him credit for the offense, then you have to put Hal Mumme in the Hall of Fame because Hal Mumme was just as much a part of that. And also, it's not like what Mike Leach did at Washington State had never been done before. I mean, Mike Price took Washington State to a few Rose Bowls, I think. And so all you're selling me on Mike Leach is that 1-11-2 season at Texas Tech. Without that season, there's nothing Mike Leach did at a program that had not been done at a program before.
John, I'm going to say that, and this sounds crazy because he didn't win a national title, but I've got Mike Leach because of the way he tweaked the game and changed the game in my mind as a Hall of Famer, but not Les Miles. I'm not necessarily arguing with Caleb. It's just the way it strikes me. How does he strike you?
Yeah, I mean, think about it this way. If you were hiring a coach and you could get Mike Leach or Les Miles, who would you pick?
But that's not the standard of a Hall of Famer, though. Okay, Les Miles is like...
It's true. I mean,
Les Miles is the worst coach to ever win a national title.
Caleb's argument that neither should be in is probably better than the argument that if not Les, then Mike.
I think Mike Leach, I mean, I think it might be a close call on him, but I do think when you spend your career at places that don't traditionally win a lot. Yeah, different coaches had success at Washington State, but not consistent, overwhelming success. So you go Washington State, Texas Tech, and Mississippi State. So yeah, I can see why you wouldn't put him in the Hall of Fame. But if he won 60% of his games, if he'd have been at the right place, I guess he would have won 60% of his games, you could say. How close is he, Dave?
2 wins short.
So if he if he does
that's not
that.
my only barometer, though.
See, but
I'm not saying it's yours, but I think Mike Leach was so well respected, and I agree with Dave points, the impact he had on the game.
But if you're going to do that, why not Hal Mumme then? Because that was Hal Mumme's offense before Mike Leach.
Well,
because
I would answer that
Hal
with
Mumme went. Well,
Go ahead, John.
Hal Mumme went for it on too many times on 4th down from his own 20 to start a game.
Hal Mumme's my guy, man. Hal Mumme's my guy. Hal Mumme hated the punt.
Too many times, not twice, not once, too many times.
I mean, it wasn't even a question. I remember there at Neyland Stadium, it's like I was 21.
I remember sitting next to you saying, "There's no chance he goes for it. He's just going to go out there and go hut 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 and call a timeout." And sure enough, he went for it.
Yeah.
Do you remember what year that was?
Gosh, I don't even remember when Hal Mumme coached, but
for those of you that were too young to remember Hal Mumme, think of that one friend that you've got that you play Madden with that drinks too much and goes for it on 4th down every single time and starts kicking onside kicks and starts doing stupid stuff. And you're like, none of this is sound football logic. You're no fun to play with. Get out of here. So I've got a couple of friends like that.
It actually is, but I'm a probabilities guy, and the punt is the most overused play in football.
Yes. One of the guys who did that coach is at Powell High School now.
All SEC center Cooper Mays here. 4th down.
Right. 4th down. Will Philip Fulmer make the Hall of Fame?
Well, he's in there.
Oh, he's already in the Hall of Fame?
Well,
as a player or a coach?
I don't think you can make it twice. As a player, no.
Okay. He wasn't much of a
he's
player.
In there.
He was like a 240. Okay. Well, I shorted him. Okay, well, how much better of a career did Philip Fulmer have than Les Miles?
I think Philip Fulmer had and John can, sorry, John, to jump in first if you want to say it. I just want to get your thoughts on this. I think Fulmer, as good as Tennessee was, still had a much more difficult path than Les Miles did at LSU.
I think they were very similar. and that Les Miles, when he was at LSU, had to contend with Nick Saban in Alabama. Philip Fulmer at Tennessee had to contend with Florida and Steve Spurrier. So they were similar in that respect. I mean, they were even though they each won national titles, but there were some other similarities. Philip Fulmer took over the program that Johnny Majors had built. Les Miles took over the program that Nick Saban built. So there were a lot of similarities. I would take Philip Fulmer over Les Miles, though. There would be no question.
Do you think Philip Fulmer should be a Hall of Fame?
Yeah, based on his success, he had. But I don't. But again, I don't like the winning percentage idea. I just think it's silly to say that. I mean, and so, I mean, you judge somebody on their body of work, yes, but winning at Iowa State when Johnny Majors he lost 3 games in the 1971 season at Iowa State. I don't know if that was his 3rd year there or what. The only teams he lost to were number 1, Nebraska, number 2, Oklahoma, number 3, Colorado. Those were the top 3 teams in the country, not just the conference. Those were his only losses. I mean, that was an incredible coaching achievement, what he did at Iowa State, that kind of just gets lost along the way. And because he got plenty of attention for what he did at Pittsburgh, which was terrific. But that Iowa State program, it was really down, and he was able to lift it up when that conference was at the very top.